I can feel the brush of angels' wings. See glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. See glory on his face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of God's love is in this
It's a nice way to start, isn't it? Yeah. Good morning and welcome to Sunday service at the Unity Center for Positive Living in Everett, Washington. Let's start our time together today with a reading from the Daily Word. Spiritual living is my path to freedom. Looking back over the years, I remember the ways I have felt less than free. Maybe I felt limited because of my background or personal history, my education or career, or because of things that others believed about me. Without even realizing, I may have taken on a limited view of myself and what was possible for my life. But discovering the truth of myself as a spiritual being, a beloved child of God, has healed my heart and freed my soul. My life circumstances are only part of my story. I am so much more than the sum total of my experience. My freedom lies in God and in my understanding of myself as divine. As I grow in confidence, realizing I can change my life through the power of my thoughts, I grow more free. And the, what do we call that? Anyway, the reading, the final Bible quote is, I shall walk at liberty, for I have sought your precepts. That's Psalm 119, verse 45. And so let's also read the opening statement here in your bulletin. It's under Sunday, April 27th. I'll read it, and then you all together repeat it, please. Spiritual living is my path to freedom. Spiritual living is my path to freedom. Yes. Okay. So we're going to have an opening song.
Here comes the songbird.
Y'all got sheets here? Get out your sheets. This is a very famous old hymn which I have adulterated into the Mother Earth version of All Things Bright and Beautiful. I know you have not sung it exactly like this before, but don't worry about a thing. It's all good. Ooh. And let's just do the lead-in. Chorus.
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the earth has made them all. Each little
Thank you. And I think next time we'll remember to have you guys stand up.
You know, I always forget.
It's true.
Me too, obviously. But it's nice to do both. So a few announcements, please. And let's see. First of all, I'd like to introduce those of us who are serving you today. In the back, you were greeted by our ushers, Mary and Treese. Nadine is filling in for social hour, and I have to tell you a little bit about this. Patty was signed up, Patty and Lonnie, to do social hour today. And Patty was going to be here on the platform. And she called me last night. She got the crud that's been going around. And so I told her, I can do this. And then I looked and I saw that they were doing the social hour too. So I thought, okay, I got to make the coffee. And that was okay because I got here quite early. But then Nadine sailed in, and she had some rolls and some other things. It all works out, just not to worry. She's making the coffee. So, so I'm really pleased, happy, and grateful about that. And doing our audio today is Josh and Walter, and I saw Dennis back there doing, yes, okay. And then our musicians, you know very well, our trio here, Doug Benecke and his wife Sally, and their son Richard. I just wanted to see if you were paying attention. Okay. And my name is Chris, if you don't know. And Doug Benecke will be giving our meditation and our lesson today. And Cindy, our lovely Cindy, is coming back this week, so you'll see her again. Everything will feel normal. And Cindy will be back. She has been, I don't know how many of you know, but she was in Budapest, Hungary. Her daughter's been working over there, so she was done with her job, and so Cindy went out to be there, and then they were going to Greece. Yeah, so nice vacation. So she'll be coming back this week. Just a couple of announcements. First of all, if you brought your cell phone with you today, please make sure that it's turned off so that during the meditation we can have a quiet time and not have any disruptions. And a couple of minutes we'll have that to start. If you're visiting us for the first time this morning, or if you have any other reason that you'd like more information about Unity, please ask one of our ushers on your way out, because they have a little packet of information that you might want to take home and read about. And we hope you have a wonderful time. If you're first, second, third, early new people coming in, we enjoy having new friends and hope you come back. We do not follow you home or make you sign anything. So just come back and join us if you enjoy what we're doing. So other announcements. We have a prayer box and a suggestion box, and I know we've announced that sometimes, but maybe you don't know where it is. When you go in the back of the church, as you turn right through the doors to go down to the social room, as well as where the elevator is, there's a table, and that's where the box is. Suggestions and prayer requests. You know what? Yeah.
That's why you haven't got any complaints from me.
Okay.
We'll be sorry you mentioned it.
We'll pray for you, Sally, because that's... It's a prayer box, too. All right. So I wanted to make that announcement. And then also the parking. Those of you who are new, I talked to somebody last week that had parked in a place that is very risky to park in. So there's apartments, like, let's see, where are we? Here's Colby, okay? And then right behind us, there's like an alleyway, and there are some apartments, like directly behind the church. The parking that's from 33rd here, past those apartments, belong to the people who live in those apartments. And so if we park there, and they discover it and they want to park there, they will oftentimes call, and you'll get ticketed or towed. So just don't park there. And we don't have our own parking lot, as you know, but it's okay to park in that lot right on 33rd, like where their office building is. They are fine with us parking there on Sunday. And then street parking. So just so that you know.
Oh, thanks.
So, okay, I didn't remember, the one on our side of the street is not okay now? Because I see people parking there. Okay, all right, so just park on the road on the other side. Yeah. Okay, thank you. The board meets today at 12 noon here in the sanctuary. If anybody would like to attend, you are welcome to do that. And I'm just going to go over a couple of little announcements because they are printed in the bulletin here. But this is the last week of April, and there's the whole month here, so it might be a lot to kind of look through. So let me just tell you what's actually coming up this week. There's the Unity Wild and Wise Women's Group this Tuesday evening. It starts at 6 o'clock until 8. And there's the First Friday Family Fun Night this Friday, 6:30 to 8:30, because it is going to be May, right? Thursday is May Day. A lot going on May Day. And then Saturday morning, there is a new men's group as well. Skeet is going to describe a little bit, because the time that's listed in here for the men's night is not correct. So he's going to fill us in.
Hi, I'm Skeet. Our First Unity Men's Fellowship Group met for the first time in early April, the first Saturday, and we had 8 gentlemen contribute to a successful meeting of sharing and fellowship. You are all welcome to join us if you are a guy, I guess. And our second meeting will include donuts and coffee. And it'll be this coming Saturday at 9 o'clock in the morning, and suggested offering is $5, and that's for maintenance of the building. And you don't have to be a member of our Unity community to join us. And if you have any questions, see me.
Beautiful.
I'm bouncing around from here to there. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Chris.
Skeet bounces around doing a lot of things. He's in the children's program sometimes. He ushers. Treese, do you have your hand up?
Pair of glasses here that somebody left. I don't know how long they've been here. They just look like they're leaders.
Are they pink?
No.
No, okay. Because I'm always
They've been
I-
in here, so I don't know if anybody.
Yeah, let's try to ask a few Sundays.
Yeah, they can
Yeah.
be the loner pair.
I had to check to make sure they weren't mine, and I'm wearing them. So. Okay.
Where are my glasses? Oh, they're on my face.
Oh, yeah, or they're right here. I can park them there. Okay, so those are those announcements. But one other thing I just was thinking as I was reading the selection from the Daily Word is a reminder that there is an organization called Silent Unity. And a lot of us have made that phone call, and I highly encourage you, if you have never experienced Silent Unity, if you have any sort of a prayer need or just some support for whatever's going on in your life, they are wonderful. It's a worldwide organization. It's been going, I think, over 100 years. It was one of the first things that Unity did. And so it's free. You can call them. I'll just say the phone number if anybody wants to write it, but you can find it online. You can find it downstairs. I think there must be someplace. The number is 816-969-2000. And they are a 24-hour-a-day prayer support. And they don't, when you call, I didn't know what to expect the first time I did it, but you call and you just, the kindest voiced people, they're angels. They answer the phone. Their voices are just so warm and, like the mom you always hoped you had. I shouldn't have said that. Talking for my children. So, but they'll ask, all they ask you, they don't pry, you don't tell them your whole life story, but, they might just say, what can I pray with you for today, about today? And you just tell them a little bit about it, and then they say a short prayer that it just feels so good, and then that's it. So you can call as many times as you want. And you might just try it out, and you can talk about anything that you want prayer help for. Okay, so now I think that's all my announcements.
You're free.
For a while.
We are all free.
Okay. So if you stand, if you are able, for the
There we
next song. Okay.
Now, this one you don't need to read. You all know this, and those of you that don't know it, you will know it.
Easy. Easy stuff.
I am free. I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I'm free. I am unlimited right now. And we add another verse. I am love, love unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am love, love unlimited right now. And just relax with this because it kind of has a beat. Now, if anyone is still able, who doesn't have too much arthritis, you can snap your fingers. Or do this. Here we go. I am free.
I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free. I am unlimited. Right now.
Right now. That's right. I am free.
I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free. I am unlimited right now.
All right, boys, take it. I am love. Here we go. I am love, love unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am love. I am unlimited. Right now, right now. I am love.
I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am love. I am unlimited.
Right now, I'm free. I am free. I am unlimited. Right now. Woo, good job. Well, let's just look at the thing. Are you next?
I don't have the ding. Oh, here's the ding. Oh, yeah. No, I have the glasses. What is usually said here is, let's settle in and get ready for meditation. But yeah, that's what we're doing. So there you go. Did I? You know, the quote is, life is like playing a violin solo while learning the instrument, right? That can be painful for some people. But Sal, give us some music for meditation. That's what we're going to do. Let us take that sense of freedom, that expansive blue sky feeling. Whatever we have felt that was binding in our history, hoof. We allow it to go. We release that to Spirit. Father, Mother, God, I open myself to your creative presence. I open myself to this moment, unique and different from any moment that has existed. I open my heart and I open my mind to your presence. Let us feel that sense of freedom and opening as we open up our breathing along with our minds and our hearts. We'll take some moments without any narrative to just live in that presence.
I've been planting seeds in the ground, watered with my sweat and my tears, gathering and scattering them around. Guess it's what I'm supposed to do with my years. Funny thing is, though I know what I've planted, but not what will show, always seems to be a perfect mystery. Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, nothing more. Sometimes I still will pretend I know what the harvest will be, but it always comes down
in the end, it was never really up to me. Funny thing is, when I just do my work and simply trust, it always seems that life is looking out for me. For me, whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, nothing more. And I am only one of billions of seeds. And when all is said and done, I just do what's mine to do and let it be. Let it be. Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, nothing more.
I saw definitely some smiles, some knowing looks out there. There's a couple of gardeners maybe in the room, couple of people who like to plant seeds in the ground. Today I'm going to be talking about someone who was a sort of Johnny Appleseed figure for peace. And what's interesting is that someone in the congregation came up to me after a previous talk recently and said, you know, this person, you should talk about this person, and I've kind of been meaning to for a while. So this talk is called Mission Empath-able, and we start in the early 1950s with our nation at war in Korea, when the nuclear arms race was in its early jittery stages, while Joe McCarthy persecuted political enemies, and the Cold War froze out visions of a nonviolent planet. At that moment, a woman named Mildred Lisette Norman began to walk across America. She said her walk was a pilgrimage to focus on and inspire others to think about peace. In a world racked by a half-century of industrial warfare. On January 1st, 1953, she marched at the head of the Rose Bowl Parade in Pasadena, California, a spot she chose to gain maximum exposure, talking to parade goers and distributing pamphlets about peace. Then she began to walk east on foot to Washington and New York. As her journey commenced, she ceased to be, for all intents and purposes, Mildred Norman. She had shed her name along with almost all her belongings. On a blue tunic she constantly wore was the name she'd be known by from that point forward, Peace Pilgrim. Peace Pilgrim walked across the United States continually between 1953, her 45th year, and her death in 1981, which occurred in a car, ironically. She was given a ride because she was going to give a talk somewhere. We'll take you over to this talk. And after 28 years of walking on public highways, she met her maker because of a car accident. So she began this journey in 1953. She reached 25,000 miles in 1964. After that, she stopped counting. She walked in children's sneakers, by the way, averaging about 1,500 miles a pair. On the back of her tunic was printed, "Walking Coast to Coast for Peace." She carried all her worldly possessions with her: a toothbrush, a comb, a pen, a map, and some pamphlets to pass out. She didn't take money on her journey, and not once did she accept any. She never asked anyone for food or shelter. She'd taken a vow to remain a wanderer until humans had learned the way of peace, walking until given shelter and fasting until given food. She said she was traveling on foot and on faith. There were times when she slept in a haystack, in a barn, or on the roadside. There were times when the weather was cold and she walked all night. There were days, and sometimes longer than days, when she didn't eat. And I heard her that she said in an interview, "After I began this journey, I never thought about food until someone offered me some. I never noticed that I was hungry." She once said, "I never had to skip more than 4 meals in a row." That means, let's say, you enjoy a hearty lunch today after church. Your next meal is Tuesday breakfast. When hosted for a meal and offered food to take with her, she would say, "No, I don't carry food." She was a 20th century saint, a holy woman, someone with an extraordinary vision and mission. And the question I would like to ask all of us today, and I ask of myself as well, and I'm asking our son Richard. Oh, our grandson. Sorry, buddy. Do you have a vision for how you want to spend your life? And has your vision translated into a mission, something that sustains you? So you maybe don't think about food or worry about where you're going to sleep. Peace Pilgrim is my inspiration for focusing on these questions today, and I'll tell you a little more about her. Born in New Jersey to a close-knit extended family in the year 1908, Mill, as she was known, was her high school valedictorian, and then worked as a secretary in her hometown. She had a great interest in theater and wrote and directed plays that she and some others put on at the local Grange. And at this time, in her very early 20s, she was a bit of a flapper. She liked dressing up and driving her own car, probably fast. Now, she fell into a troubled marriage with a man her family didn't approve of, and there are reports that there was a great deal of strife between she and her husband, clashes around values. At age 30, she reached a personal turning point, and she said, "At a time of great turmoil, I walked all one night through the woods. I came to a moonlit glade, and I prayed. I felt a complete willingness, without any reservations, to give my life, to dedicate my life to service." She felt as if she was saying with her whole being, if you can use me for anything, please use me. Here I am, take all of me. Use me as you will, I withhold nothing. Just imagine the power in that if we were completely committed, withholding nothing, no fears. She was free, she was unlimited, right? She recalled, that night I experienced the complete willingness without any reservations whatsoever to give my life to something beyond myself. And a great peace came over me. I tell you, it's a point of no return. After that, you can never go back to completely self-centered living. You know, this is as strong an application of the unity principle 4 as we will see. Affirmative prayer and meditation connecting us with God and helping us to manifest good in our lives. Her entire life became that connection, that service, and that peace. She said that she then began to live to give instead of living to get. And the next 15 years, she spent preparing for something. She did not know what, ridding herself of unnecessary possessions, shedding meaningless activities. She was decluttering before it was a thing. One thing she let go of was her marriage. Her husband joined the army in World War II, and she did not want to support even what we now think of as a good war. I don't want anything to do with it, she said. Now, reading about Peace Pilgrim, I've been struck by the parallels to another great soul, Albert Schweitzer, the extraordinary humanitarian whose sesquicentennial is this year and who, therefore, I am pestering you with messages about every time I see you. In his autobiography, you find this passage. On a bright summer morning in 1896, he was born in 1875, he's a 21-year-old man, I awoke with the thought that my own good fortune was not to be taken as something self-evident. In peaceful reflection while the birds were singing, I decided, he writes, before I got up that I would be justified in devoting myself until I was 30 to art and theology and philosophy, all the things he was doing. He had a doctorate in, I'll just say, in theology and in philosophy, and he was a world-class organist by the time he was something like 25. And he said, I feel I'm justified in these activities until age 30. And thereafter, I'm going to give myself to direct services to humanity. It was not yet clear to me, he wrote, what the exact nature of the activities I planned would be, but one thing was certain. However insignificant it might appear, the goal must be direct service to humanity. Like Peace Pilgrim, Schweitzer had a clear calling, this moment when a new vision seized him, and thereafter a sense that he must be of service. And from this vision came his mission. He found himself living to give rather than to get, just like Peace Pilgrim. Albert Schweitzer was famous before he started his hospital on the Ogowe River in equatorial Africa, from his activities as a scholar, author, theologian, and musician, as so many of us have become famous in similar pursuits. And if she'd never become Peace Pilgrim, Mildred Norman may well have been remembered also, for in 1952, she became the first woman to ever thru-hike the Appalachian Trail in one season. And they didn't have the kind of gear we have now, by the way. In the late summer of that year, she seems to have reached a decision about how to begin her new life. In her words, the inspiration for the pilgrimage came. I sat high on a hill overlooking rural New England. The day before, she says, I slipped out of harmony. And the evening before, I had thought to God, it seems to me that if I could always remain in harmony, I could be of greater usefulness. Every time I slip out of harmony, it impairs my usefulness. When I awoke at dawn, she wrote, I was back on the spiritual mountaintop with a wonderful feeling. I knew that I would never need to descend again into the valley. I knew that for me, the struggle was over, and that I had finally succeeded in finding inner peace. She wrote, this is a point of no return. The struggle is over now because you will do the right thing and you don't need to be pushed into it. Now, as an aside, how many people, when you hear that, think, yeah, I knew the right thing was to go to bed and have a cup of tea, but I ate that bag of chips. Right? Or whatever. The right thing was not to get pissed off at that driver that tailgated me, or whatever minor things that happen in our lives. We experience conflicts between what we feel is the right thing and what we do many times. I think that's true for most of us, but it wasn't true for her. She said, then I felt a strong inner motivation toward the pilgrimage, toward this special way of witnessing for peace. I saw in my mind's eye myself walking along and wearing the garb of my mission. I saw a map of the United States with the large cities marked, and it was as though someone had taken a colored crayon and marked a zigzag line across from coast to coast and border to border, from Los Angeles to New York City. I knew what I was to do. And that was the vision of my first year's pilgrimage route in 1953. I entered a new and wonderful world. My life was blessed with a meaningful purpose. How many of us wake up each day or have a moment from time to time where we say, my life is blessed with a meaningful purpose? I'm not asking for a show of hands. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad. I'm just saying this is pretty extraordinary. We have moments, don't we? Right? Moments of feeling like I'm in sync, everything's lined up, I'm connected, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But we slip in and out. How often do we feel in harmony with God so that we are of greater usefulness? Some, right? How often do we feel instead that we've slipped out of harmony with the sacred? These are deep questions for personal reflection for each of us. But I feel certain that few people I've met have had the drive and the spiritual alignment of someone like Peace Pilgrim or Albert Schweitzer. And I'm struck by the fact that Peace Pilgrim spent a 15-year period in preparation for her life work, ridding herself of possessions and stopping activities that would not be helpful to others. If what you're doing will not benefit others besides yourself, she once said, it's not worth doing. Think about that the next time you're scrolling through, mindlessly scrolling through videos on YouTube or something, right? I'm afraid that most of us may not live our lives with this idealism fueling each moment, let alone in preparation for a mission of great selflessness. I know I don't always live with that sense of spiritual vocation, but I know I'm drawn to that light. I suspect, though, that many people do have a sense of mission, but it's based not so much on a vision that we consciously sought and prayed for as on needs that are unconsciously felt and fed throughout our lives. For any of us who are less than totally self-realized, it seems to me that our sense of mission could be described the way the one-time comedian and film guy Russell Brand describes the path of recovery. He says, if you're not working a conscious program of recovery, then an unconscious program is working you. I think that describes many lives at times, whether we're trying to recover from some kind of addiction or not. We probably do have a sense of mission if we were to look closely enough into our hearts. It's just that if our sense of mission is not a conscious one, then it may well be that an unconscious mission is trying to be accomplished through us. We may be desperate to have more money. I'm not going to ask for a show of hands, but my hand would go up because I'm always stressed about money because of how I grew up. And we never felt like we had enough. I'm exemplifying it for us. We're on a money mission. We may yearn deeply for a mother's love because she was missing. She was unavailable, depressed, even abusive. We then look all over the world as we grow and journey to find that missing heart piece, that security we never got. Our whole life, on some level, is a mother mission. Of course, a father's love and strength and guiding hand may also be a missing piece in our lives, and we are ever on a quest for that. Winston Churchill, interviewed after he essentially saved Britain and Western civilization in World War II, said that, "I only regret that my father hadn't lived to see me make something of myself." The adoration of a nation did not replace the father-shaped hole in his heart. It's almost never the case, by the way, that we'll gain support from all we meet if we embrace a divine mission for peace, or in some other way, a mission that's God-inspired, or to help those who suffer, what I'm calling the mission Empath-able. Peace Pilgrim once said, "When I started out, my hair was beginning to turn silver, and my friends thought I was crazy." There was not one word of encouragement from them. They thought I would surely kill myself walking all over. But they didn't know that with the inner peace I felt plugged into a source of universal energy that never runs out. By the way, she said that in those years, from age 45 to 72 or something, I've lost track, but from age 45 to 73, something like that, that she never felt sick, never had a cold, never had a headache, never had a muscle injury, her feet never hurt. She walked all day, every day, and felt fine. Interesting. Now, this craziness is something that Schweitzer experienced, this lack of support from his friends. When they found out that at age 30 he was giving up a tenured academic position and a thriving music career to study medicine and establish a hospital in Africa, they told him, okay, when you go over to the medical school, the first thing you should do is ask to see a psychiatrist. When we plug into the mission Empath-able, we will not always be understood. But the wisdom of this world is foolishness in God's eyes. And if we ignore the guidance of a sacred calling to fit in with the values of our friends and our cultures, we will most certainly be led astray. We who join together for these services are householders, not sadhus, right? And a necessary part of each of our missions is that of keeping the lights on and the roof mended and food in the fridge. This may indeed be a sacred dharma for those of us who've never found or elected to work within a framework where we wander this world without a penny and sleep in haystacks and barns. We may not feel we're at liberty to divest ourselves of nearly all our possessions except for a toothbrush, a tunic, and some kids' sneakers. But we can, I believe, take on our lives as a mission. Not mission critical or mission desperate, but truly mission empath-able, in which we live to serve others, in which we live to spread peace. Our lives, whether as a householder or a monk, will never be entirely free of challenges or struggles. We're in the midst of a massive testing time right now in our society, as I see it, and no one knows how these troubles will resolve. But to quote Peace Pilgrim, some people wish for a life of no problems, but I would never wish such a life for you. I would never wish such a life for any of you, she said. What I wish for you, she said, is the great inner strength to solve your problems meaningfully and grow. Right? Problems are learning and growing experiences, she said. A life without problems would be a barren existence without the opportunity for spiritual growth. I must give you just a bit more from Peace Pilgrim. She has so many great quotes. She said, if you give your life as a prayer, principle 4, you intensify the prayer beyond all measure. And if you realized how powerful your thoughts are, you would never think a negative thought. And this one, I don't eat junk food, and I don't think junk thoughts. Doesn't that just make you want to be like her? I was so happy and uplifted to spend time reading about Peace Pilgrim, getting ready to speak with you. And I want to mention, if you're not familiar with her, that many of her interviews and talks were transcribed and published. You can find a lot of her words and this uplifting consciousness online. So just search under Peace Pilgrim and you'll be glad. A book of her writings, it was really her giving talks and interviews that friends of hers put into printed form. This is available at no charge online from Friends of Peace Pilgrim. And there's a children's book that I found that tells her story in the Snow Isle Library. So avail yourself of these resources. We all have our own mission, or really multiple missions, as we wend our way. The problems we face, I wish I had a day without problems sometimes, but you know, these problems are our training school for the next chapter in our lives. No matter what we do, our undertakings may truly be prayer in action if we are plugged into that universal energy source. So let us remember how powerful our thoughts are. Let us live our lives as prayers. Let us live to give instead of living to get. Let us walk with Schweitzer and with Peace Pilgrim and with all those who live their lives as a sacred trust on foot and on faith. Let us join that fellowship. And let us never stray from giving ourselves over to our mission, if you decide to accept it. Mission Empath-able. Thank you.
That's a good suggestion. Thank you. Y'all know this, and I know you know the chorus, so here we go.
Love is but a song we sing, here's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring, or hear the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, you may not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go. We will surely pass. When the wanderer has left us here, returns for us at last. We are but a moment's sunlight fading on the grass. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. They're at your command. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love
so much I want to respond to in your talk. Yeah. You know, how many of you, I did this a few years ago, how many of you have decided on a mission statement for your life? All right, Sal.
Wow, very
Good. Yeah. Yeah, it does seem to simplify things when you have that, and it can,
love it.
do it simple. All right, so now it's time to bless our offering and thank our Creator for the many blessings we've been given and the problems, because that's where the learning happens. Yeah. And affirm our gratitude. Let's start by affirming the truth about ourselves, and then we'll bless our offering together. This is how it goes. You say my name and use your name, and I am prosperous always and in all ways. So let's repeat that together, saying your name. My name is Chris, and I am prosperous always and in all ways. Remember that always meaning forever and ever, and always as in all forms. So let's take our offering, hold it next to our heart, and bless our offering together, saying, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I share, and all that I receive. Thank you, Creator. And so now you can remain seated while we have a song.
I'm glad someone knows what's going on around here.
I'm trying to play with you, Sal. By the way, I wrote this song, and I get corrected on how it's played, but that's okay. That's all right. I don't mind.
You guys are playing some other beat. Come on, Calypso.
The whole thing's going to be over now.
Listen.
Here we go. Step, I walk this road I'm on, mile by mile, through the darkness to the dawn, road by road, I'm really not alone. You are with me as I find my way home. You can sing that, You are with me as I find my way home. Try that one more time so you know it. You are with me as I find my way home. Day by day, I'm opening the door of my heart. More and more, breath by breath, I'm really not alone. Here's your part. You are with me as I find my way home. You are with me as I find my way home. All I'm given is what I must return. From my head to my shoes, there are lessons to learn. All I face is opportunity, so I embrace my life and I am free. Step by step, I walk this road I'm on, mile by mile, through the darkness to the dawn, road by road, I'm really not alone. Here you go. You are with me as I find my way home. You are with me as I find my way home. Last time, you are with me as I find my way home. Thank you. It's lovely to hear you sing and clap and connect with that. And for that I am grateful, and for all the blessings of connection, of music, of smiles, of material things that sustained this building and this community. For all these, we are ever so grateful. Amen.
And we are grateful that you shared your times, talents, spirits with us.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you all for coming today. Please plan to join us downstairs for social hour if you have some time. And our children are here. Good. So let's circle around the room. And it looks to me that we could probably